Welcome to Group 26's ERP video presentation. We have been given the task to investigate enterprise resource planning, that is ERP systems, in a real-world company. Each member of our group was given a different element of ERP systems to research. We searched far and wide using our various contacts to find a suitable company. We eventually settled on DME Engineering Services, whom are based out in Smithfield. We managed to secure an interview with Steve Nell, who is the business manager at DME. This is our story.
Okay, so could you tell us a bit about DME Engineering Services?
Yep, DME is a manufacturing company.
Yeah.
We deal with manufacturer or engineering fabrication essentially. So it's a manufacturer of things like pipework, tanks, vessels, structural steel, and we also do installation on client sites of the components that we manufacture. We also do servicing for companies, repairs, maintenance of work for different industrial companies.
Okay, and you said before you use MYOB for the accounting?
Yeah, MYOB is the primary package we use to deal with our key accounting tasks. So things like when we want to buy items from our suppliers, so it goes through the purchase orders there, to things like invoicing of our clients is dealt with by the sales section of MYOB. On top of that though, we have other aspects which we don't do specifically in MYOB. We actually use Excel spreadsheets quite a lot, and to track different sorts of things in terms of our purchase order register is done through Excel. Then information is entered into MYOB. A lot of other things we use for Excel there as well, which sort of runs in parallel. And things like, I know in MYOB you can do payroll and items like that in there as well. We actually use a program called PowerPay, which is essentially, I think, distributed by MYOB anyway, but it's a standalone package which we use for that. So that's essentially our key program that we use then, our key bit of software.
So would, in the future, would you try and look at using like an EPR system, ERP system that covers the whole sort of sectors and brings everything together?
Well, we'd have to have a look at the package because we have quite a few things which are sort of specific to the way we operate the company, and it's probably been what has held us back from looking for some overarching bit of program to deal with everything. We have specific ways we do tracking of items and that, and we have like QA systems as well, which there's tracking there, and we have our own, as I said before, Excel spreadsheets and that, and documents which help connect all the different components of the company.
Sure.
And the thing with an ERP system is you have to make sure that it would be able to be set up in a way which would deal with all of the specifics that we would have as a company in terms of codes, item codes used, and the way we deal with things from one section or one department to another. So yeah, we've probably found that MYOB as the backbone for the accounting, and Excel, because Excel can be actually very flexible.
Yeah.
Very flexible.
Everyone can use it. Yeah.
And that's it. You want to keep things as simple as possible.
Sure.
Set them up so that you can have basically all the critical auto calculation stuff behind the scenes happening, lock the sheets so no one can play with them, and then everything is, you can just set it aside for the general users then. So we found that works well for us.
So when you guys started using MYOB, did you look at any other systems or?
Well, I've been in the current role I'm in now for 3.5 years. Before that, my background is not accounting, my background is engineering.
Right.
So I'm a chemical engineer, I really knew nothing about accounting, stepped into the role as business manager, so it was a big learning curve for me. And obviously for years before that, they've used MYOB.
We demonstrated the Ad Empire system to Steve to see whether or not he deemed it a viable option for DME. Throughout the demonstration, Steve noted that Empire system seemed more ideal for a company which sold goods directly, i.e. a shopfront, rather than an engineering company which operated on long-term contracts. Please note, Steve decided not to disclose any information regarding costs, stating confidentiality reasons.
Right, the ERP systems, as I said before, I think obviously they have a benefit, and systems which can bring together all the different areas of a company are critical. It's an important thing to have. But the system has to be flexible, and the system has to be able to be customised in a way so that it essentially makes the life of the people using it as easy as possible. New systems coming online then, which may be able to streamline things for us, go for it. That's great.
Yeah, so it's a relatively medium-sized company, DME, so it doesn't really need an ERP system in it to cover everything. Generally, Excel seems to work quite well with doing what they need, and it gives them the customization to control all the departments without needing a specific ERP system to take care of it all.
Yeah, so they use MYOB and Excel. Mainly because it's more customizable and it's more user friendly. He looked at the Adampia software and thought it could be customized for their needs, but as it is now, it's probably not fitting for the company.